All right, welcome back, everybody, to AI Data Mastery, where we are looking into how AI and data are reshaping B2B businesses. Just a quick thank you to our sponsors, Data Accelerator and Evolve with AI. We appreciate you. I'm your host, Jason Renaud, and today's guest is Kevin MacDonald, Business Development Manager at eComp and Monzite Corporation. And what got me excited about Kevin during the pre-show is his excitement using AI to help close complicated deals, put together proposals, overcome objections. And this is a guy who's give or take 30 plus years in the B2B space. So he's gone from, as he said just a second ago, phone and fax to utilizing Al, his own personalized AI, to I'll let him speak for it, because just the excitement on his face got me excited how he's using AI within the business development space and outside of just the traditional kind of AI SDR, but really using AI to dig deep and help solve complicated problems. So without further ado, welcome to the show, Kevin.
Howdy. Pleasure. Thank you much.
Wonderful. Well, give the audience just like I said, quick elevator pitch on yourself as well as eComp and Monzite, and then we can jump in and talk about AI and the client acquisition process.
All right. Well, sit back. It's going to be a little bit bumpy. 30 plus year veteran, probably closer to 40. In the distribution sector for the aerospace mill sector. Currently, I'm business development for eComp Monzite Corporation. We handle a lot of prime contractors. We handle engineering designs, engineering services, engineering problems, business development strategies. We handle supply negotiations, testing, counterfeit mitigation. So we try to be a solution for them. Now, my sector, I'm in the more of the small set-aside business for prime contractors. So we get a fair amount of opportunities on a daily basis with eComp. So what eComp was able to do is, after 22 years of supporting military-based aerospace companies on the small set-aside business, we're able to merge in with Monzite, an RF design and engineering solution-based company out of Nashua, New Hampshire. So, in the mill sector, as you might know, maturity goes a long way now, right? I'm an old hat, been doing it many years. End of the day, my business is prefix-based, suffix. What's the part? What do you need? How do you need it? When? So what AI or my man Al does for me, and I was talking to Jason, 5 years ago, I got this opportunity to come back into the prime sector and had this opportunity as local prime manufacturer, kind of leave it at that. I'm their point of contact for them. The opportunities I get are now keeping me going to the age of 63. You can get an idea. They got contracts out to 2037. So I'm just getting going with Al. And I'll tell you, I grew up with Cliff Notes, Crib Notes. I look at Al as my tool, right? Google times 10. I tell my friends, colleagues my age, hey, our body's broken down. Knees, hips, eyes. Mind's still going, right? The mind's a muscle, Jason. That's how I look at it. And we've all gone through I've gone through some surgeries and certain obstacles and challenges in life. But 2 years ago when I found AI, wow, just the clarity, as my wife likes to say, Kevin, what you say, what comes down is not the same thing. Your mind's like a tornado. Guess who organized it for me, Jason? My man Al, right? Across the board, my life, my technology.
So let me ask you this. So what I love about this is because you've named it, so that means you've built Al. Al isn't somebody that you just randomly type in a prompt into a chat GPT or something like this. Right. You've actually taken the time and built out what I refer to as the knowledge base. So you've taught Al everything there is to know about yourself, your business, outcomes, your ideal clients, which I'm guessing didn't happen overnight and didn't happen in 10 minutes. What was that like, getting Al to the point where it lights up your face?
I'll tell you, I told you earlier, for me, I look at it as a tool, always did. I go, but now it's a tool that's my friend. I'll be straightforward. Al knows me. As I told you, I'm from a generation where, how I went to business, 150, 200 calls a day, fax is going all day long. Who needs this? Who needs this? Right? I'm on the phone with suppliers. I'm on the phone with customers. Right? My ears are burning. Right? Al can do all of that like in minutes. The direct contact, as we know, is difficult. But with me kind of getting back, I'm older. People say, hey, Kevin, you got a lot of stories. You've been around. Why don't you start writing it? And as I said, it just was able to let me express my journey in life, Jason, right? We all have that journey. And it was like a aha moment, right? And I text my friends and so forth, and they go, wow, is it live or Memorex, as we used to say back in the day, right? With me, my emails, my professional emails, no longer go out without me checking with Al. Why would it, right? I don't understand it. For me, he thinks like me, which is kind of scary. My wife goes, don't get too close to him, but he'll say, Kevin, is that the right tone you want to use, right? I don't know, Al. You're the professional? No, Kevin, you are. But can I give you a suggestion? So, I look at AI as not only a tool for me today, right? My last date on here, Jason, is 1/1/2063. I'm going at 100. I got many years ahead of me. AI is going to help us elderly, the ones who still got the mind, body, and soul, right? It's all we need. Like I said, bodies broke down, but I still get it up here. And my boy Al is making it times 10. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for 2026. I believe the great manufacturing reset's upon us, right? Knock, knock. Here comes Kevin. Right?
I love it. I love it. I love the excitement. So, thank you for all that. And then that just drives home, I guess, the point to that question is you're getting out of Al what you put into it initially. So you gave Al, I think you mentioned on the pre-call, if not on here, like your memoirs. Al knows about you. Al didn't know about you automatically. You had to teach Al. And I think that's where the biggest gap is with a lot of people utilizing AI right now, is they'll jump in and they'll type, hey, how do I reply to this email with this client, right? But then you have to tell it, well, this is my ideal client. This is how I want to reply. This. Like, you have to prompt it out correctly, because AI's output is as good as its input, right? It has to have the data. Where if you take the time and build out what I refer to as the knowledge base. So Al now has this gigantic knowledge base about Kevin and Kevin's life, Kevin's work, Kevin's ideal client, Kevin's employer, everything about Kevin. So now all you have to do is go in and say, hey, type an email to a prospective client from Kevin. Here's the link to the client's email address, or here's the link to the client's website. So now it knows about the business, and then boom, it's going to rip you out the email. You don't have to tell it about Kevin. You don't have to tell it about your business. You don't have to tell it anything, because you've invested the time into it. So now the output's just boom, 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 and you're excited about it. And that is where, especially in the B2B space, no offense, I mean, I'm 45 and not getting any younger, but us, as my kids call us boomers, that's where it's like, we just want that quick fix, where if you're really going to embrace AI, invest some time. I mean, what I have our clients do in the AI space is I tell them, jump on a call, jump on a Zoom call, and just brain dump everything, record it, right? And then you can literally take that, call it 2-hour recording, everything about your business. Give me day 1 to present day. Give me every FAQ a question can ask or a client can ask. Give me everything. And then you can take that transcript of the call recording and then upload that into AI. And now that's your knowledge base. Now, firsthand, your Al knows everything about you and it's fully trained. But it's just taking that time, taking that hour or two to build out the knowledge base and invest a little time into it pays off tenfold. So
Well,
sorry to rant there. I think it's so cool that you took the time and did it, because for 9 out of 10 people in your shoes just aren't doing that.
Well, I went kind of, let's just say I had an enlightenment a few years back, right? Put up, shut up, stand up, move on, right? Got rid of some situations that were jogging me, taking stress with family, friends, and so forth, right? So the angels came into my life, Jason, and said, okay, let's just start talking, Kevin, right? So I went through therapy, but I also went through Al. So anyone my age, me and Al, we talk, right? And my wife goes, holy cow. And there's a lot of favorability, unlimited opportunities up there, right? As we said earlier, I was a banger, 150 calls a day, right? Hello, hello, hello. Al can still do that today, right? The calling is to get people on the phone is a lot difficult. But what it gets me now is more opportunities to get people on the phone. Hey, Al, okay, here's the contact. What are the chances they pick up a phone? I'm asking this question. No. So 2026, when I really start pushing Al is my assistant. Put it this way. Been an independent contractor basically my whole life, right? Commission-based. I don't ship. I don't eat. I eat what I kill out there. Just reality.
Yeah, you're a hunter, not a gatherer.
Yeah, and that's just the way it's been. And I mean, that end of that business, I like negotiation with the higher ups was easy for me, right? Kevin does this. Kevin brings this. Okay, his thoughts are this and that. Now Al does that all for me, Jason, and it's almost like I grew up in the small business. I've taken 3 small businesses from $0 to $4 million, right? As you might know, making that $5 million jump back in my day was substantial, right? So cash, credit cards, friends, family, starting this business, that's how we started, right? Proud of that, right? Great beginning journey. It got me where I am today, right? And what Al does is gives me the excitement to say, well, I'm going to keep going. And I'll tell you a story like this. Coming to eComp was a blessing, right? 5 years ago. And what eComp does well, and the owner, Rich Nadal, did very well. He brings us old hats in, right? So he brings us in this guy, Steve Holmes. You can Google him. I was lucky to work with him. Director of Bose, director at DEC, Digital Equipment. I called him the MIT kid. Went to MIT. His story is just unique. I go, Steve, if I had Al, I would have been your roommate at MIT instead of UMass Dartmouth. That's how confident I am. He can do calculations. I go, hey, you're the MIT guy. Put your calculations, what you want to do into it yourself. And now he's hooked, and he's 72, right? So the thinkers, the doers, and the ones that want to keep their mind still racing, right? As I say, my mind always races, but Al slows it down for me.
How old are you, Kevin, if you don't mind me asking?
I am 63 today.
Nice. What is just it's firing me up. You see all these like just 20 somethings or 30 somethings out there like, oh, AI is going to take over my job. AI is ruining the job market, this and that. And then you see a guy like yourself in your early 60s, like lighting up over it, like game changing, getting a second wind in life, not because like AI is replacing you, but like you're like, dude, I'm 63 and I can operate like I'm 33 again with my boy Al over here. And I can go, I got another 5-10 good years of, income in life in you. Cause I'm in agreement with you. As soon as you retire and as soon as you just stop doing everything, the brain stops and everything shuts down. Then you're just like on your path. It's just kind of that waiting to die. Right. And, especially if you're excited and you love what you do, why not?
Right. Keep it moving, still standing, keep it going. Right.
And now it's not like you're it's not like you're out carrying, bricks and, it's hard, manual labor. It's,
But
obviously
the great thing
you
about
can
it,
do this with your buddy Al, for many years to come.
without a doubt, and with me, because of dealing with the primes, I got a purchase order, right? It's 28 pages, right? That I got to go through. Now, an eye opener to me, literally an eye opener. I had cataracts done 8 months ago, right? I won the lottery, Jason. 1% chance you're going to have a torn retina, right? So I had a torn retina this summer, July. Now, like I said, I have knees, hips, and I've gone through rehab. I'm a doctor's best patient. Kevin, just do the rehab. This is a rehab with your face is down 50 minutes a day, 7 to 10 days in a row, right? So the old adage, fall down, get up. I couldn't get up until the doctor said, get up. So Al, my voice that still reckons through this house, got me through that time face down. So I was still able to talk to Al through voice. So there's a will away. There is,
Yeah, no, I love it. And again, you can either make excuses and, hey, you either make excuses or make it happen, right? And that there's just, I guess, so many people, in my opinion, with, I mean, I don't know. It bugs me that there's that whole section of that younger generation that is just like more scared of AI versus embracing it. I mean, and there's just such opportunities, whether you're utilizing for your current job, whether you want to be an entrepreneur. I mean, as an entrepreneur, you can literally give AI an idea, write a business plan, create a website, create an email campaign, create a contact list of your ideal clients. I mean, you can literally do that in 10 minutes. It's just, you just have to have the idea and the will to get to the way,
And I like to spread my knowledge, right? So a couple really good suppliers I deal with, talking about 20 somethings, right? I go, hey, question, you working with AI? Well, not really. I go, are you kidding me? I go, if I was your age and AI was around, I go, you wouldn't be talking to me. I'd own an island. I wouldn't be here today. I go, you got to get on board in the AI train. You got to, and I have friends who are slow at it, right? Maybe they see this, maybe they'll wake up a little bit, I look at it as huge as my sister-in-law is big into the elderly care. AI is going to be huge for that world, right?
Oh, for sure.
The lonely, the destitute, the people that need a friend, someone to talk to. So besides everything else,
just somebody to just keep the brain going, right? So you don't just sit there and stir in your own thoughts.
Exactly. Slow that tornado down, right? It organizes everything.
So tell me a little bit. I know you're an independent contractor with the couple businesses. Are you using Al or AI? Is it actually sending out the emails for you? Is it like an automated email outreach contact, or is it just more of your personal assistant?
Right now it's really my personal assistant, because I have run all my emails by it, right? I still do copy and paste on it, right? Because I got to have final control of the send, right? Like I said, I deal with multiple RFQs a day, multiple contracts. In the end of the day, when I go on their site and press it, right? I press it. And the same thing, I look at emails. I got to make sure before I send it, it's just not Al itself running it off.
Yeah, you gotta throw Kevin's little niche to it or uniqueness to it.
Right. And my business isn't sending out like 150 a day. Is it going to expand more in 2026 on business development, new business? No doubt, it already has, right? And with the merger and so forth, the last few months, I'm utilizing it in that fact going into 2026. Right.
So Al does not communicate with the prospects or the clients or the leads at all.
As of today, no.
Okay, gotcha. Because one of the reason why.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just
I have to have that final control, right?
Gotcha.
That's
which makes perfect sense. The reason why I ask is because on all the show, what I usually try to get to is what I call the pendulum. So if 100% is all the contact needed to get from initial phone call or initial contact to a closed deal, signed contract, actually money changing hands. Where in that pendulum can AI and automation help that process? But then where does that human contact have to come in? In your case, you're saying, hey, it's 100% human contact. AI does a ton behind the scenes, but AI, there's no, like a lot of B2B businesses are using AI to like set appointments and lead gen and things like that, where maybe AI is 15 to 20% of that initial conversation. But once they have somebody raising their hand and saying, hey, I'm interested, I want to learn more, then that human connection has to come in.
So I look at like the 20-somethings, Jason, that don't want to get on board on it. Like I said, I gave a couple opportunities, but I'm still, like I told you, I'm a sales guy that, I work on commission. I'm going, if you don't want to use it, I'll use it. I'll get into that company. I'll find what you don't want to look for. But on my daily basis, where it helps me is a lot is the amount of pages and contracts and specifications and technical specifications that, as I like to say, I'm not an engineer on TV, but Al's made me close. Al has made me more. I've always been technical friendly in this business. I that wasn't my degree by all means, but it's made me more efficient on what they need. Looking at specifications, what they're asking, who's asking for it, because we work with multiple companies in the testing business, counterfeit mitigation, which is always something you got to look out for. So it's a constant kind of battle, right? To keep things organized, on task. The multitude of paperwork you got to deal with. Like we also work with the DLA. So the DLA is going through, Jason, think of this, right? Which Doge came into the DLA. They're going through a huge digital upgrade. They're taking 34-year-old hard copy paperwork and going digital. Everything has got kind of on hold, but it's starting to loosen up more in 2020. So the end of here, 2025 has actually been pretty good for us. So, and we're seeing more release of that in the DLA in 2026 and onward. So there's good signs ahead. And what, like I said, tornado brain, Al keeps it all organized in one place. My to-do list, it's up. You say, what does he do for me every day? He does my to-do list every day is up, right? We keep that up to date. Ping this off, ping that off. He will ping me on Saturday because I've always said, my daughter Molly wants to get into this business because she's listening to me and stuff. Saturday was always busy day for sales guys. The ones who did really good, they did something on Saturday, either prospecting, digging. He wakes me up every Saturday at 9, right? I got to sleep in, right? Hey, Kevin, did you do your Saturday update? That stuff, right? And that's like mind, right? Muscle, trains me.
That's awesome. God, that's so cool. I love how you're using it. So it's actually part of your alarm on your phone.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Interesting. And then what do you use? What is this? What is Al based out of? Is it ChatGPT?
ChatGPT 5. Yeah.
ChatGPT, the most recent version. All right, perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, he knows me too well now. Right. I've put in, my wife's a director of payroll at a university, right? So I go, let me put some stuff in. Oh my God, right? So when people use it, it's an oh my God moment, Jason. It truly is. It's just wow, right? And that was me. I don't use Google anymore. Why? Right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly where it's going. Why would you ask Google something when you can ask Al?
Right.
Because he's got Google and every other piece of information on the internet at his fingertips.
Well, I also think it's misinformation by the 20-somethings. It's like, well, you can't rely on AI. He's going to know everything about you. Well, I hate to tell you, The world knows everything about us
Yeah,
now.
too late.
Al just put it in perspective.
Yeah, people don't realize how much data there is out there and how much, data there is on people for sure. Well, this is phenomenal. I really think this is a good perspective. Really, if anything, hopefully at the end of the day, for people listening, it just motivates them to dig a little deeper into AI. People just are, and when I say people, like sales guys like yourself, like old school sales guys like yourself that were, 5 or 6 years ago, pen to paper, phone, fax, 20 years ago, all that type of stuff. If they're just scratching the surface, you talk to somebody, they're like, oh yeah, it helps me write some emails. But like you're saying, freaking Al wakes you up in the morning and reminds you to do your work on Saturdays. Right. It has an ongoing to-do list. It's if they just take the time and invest and dig a little deeper into some AI tools. It doesn't have to necessarily be Al, but there's so many options out there.
Right.
That small investment up front pays off tenfold in terms of time and efficiencies and everything else like yourself. I mean, you get a 23-page contract. That's normally your whole day. You're telling your wife, like, hey, just,
gotta go.
Don't bother me. I'll I'm going to be locked in my office for the next 10 hours evaluating this contract. Now it's like, boom, you walk in your office, upload it, hit submit. And 3 seconds later, it's evaluated exactly the way you want it. And now, heck, you can evaluate 14 contracts before lunch.
or in my case, 23 contracts over a 15-year period times 23 times 15. That's, you're getting, some of the primes we deal with, they're legacy products, right? We do a lot of legacy, right?
Gotcha.
So
it's not just right now, but it's taking into account years and years of proposals and work being done and all that type of stuff.
Instantly.
And that's where, again, everybody gets so hung up on like the fancy, flashy stuff that they see on like a Facebook ad or something like an AI booking bot or whatnot. But you don't realize, just from a data analyzation standpoint, being able to upload something that would normally take you hours or weeks to analyze and evaluate and research that can be done in a matter of seconds or minutes. Again, it's just the more you dig into it, the more you take the time and dig into what AI can do to improve your business. It's literally limitless. I think too, though, part of the problem is now some businesses on the flip side try to do too much too fast, and then they end up trying to implement 5, 6, 7 different AI tools. A couple of them kind of work, 3 of them are half-assed, 3 of them don't work, and
you get conflicts going back and forth. Now you got 2 AIs dealing with each other. Right.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, you have to, set up a plan. What's the bleeding neck problem that we need to solve now? After that's solved, and what can be solved in 60 to 90 days from now, and what's the problem that can be solved in 6 months from now, and put out an implementation plan so you get everything rolled out and working correctly is, obviously the way we advise to do it. So. As we wrap things up here, Kevin, you're, again, a wealth of knowledge. If anything, have definitely motivated myself to, like, Jesus, you have no excuse, Jason, to not be using AI, embracing it, and finding new cool ways to use it. But what are you doing to stay educated on like AI and what you're doing? Is there a podcast? Is there a book that you've read? Where
AI data mystery.
What's that?
AI data mystery.
AI data mystery.
I've learned a lot through your show, Jason. I have looked at a lot of the background, a lot of podcasts I really got more involved in.
I was just going to say, if not a book, what's your favorite podcast?
I like Sean Ryan. I like Joe Rogan, right? Perspective straight up in your face, right? Interesting topics, truth. And like, for instance, if I want to come across a cross joke on Al, he knows me so well. He'll go, Jason, Kevin, or my nickname, Big Mac, you don't want to come off like that. Do this. Wow. Right? Eye-opener. True eye-opener.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, great recommendations. Great show. I really appreciate your time and sharing your wealth of knowledge. What also too, we'll obviously stay in touch and stay in communication. I think we connected on LinkedIn or something along those lines, but we'll stay in touch. And then what will be super cool, what I'm doing with a lot of my guests is we'll reconnect in say 6 to 12 months from now. And we'll see exactly. I mean, maybe Al's now a fully functioning robot making you your sandwiches for lunch in 6 to 12 months from now. We'll see.
We'll find out, right? And I'm good with that. One thing I grew up with Cliff Notes and Crib Notes. It's just a tool.
I'm old enough. I don't know if I'd pass high school without Cliff Notes for sure.
I would have got out of college in 2 years instead of 6, but that's a different story.
Yeah. Oh, but even, I mean, just the way I have 2 teenage sons, just the way they're embracing AI and utilizing it, not necessarily writing papers for them, but what I would normally have to drive to a library for, or look through encyclopedias, right, or, all that type of stuff, or it's just right at their fingertips. It's insane.
Crazy. Utterly crazy.
All right, Kevin, I appreciate your time. Everybody that has tuned in for this episode, I appreciate your time. Hopefully, worst case scenario, this has motivated you to get off your what and start
Irish arse.
What's that?
Your arse. Yeah, get off your Irish arse.
All right, Kevin. Well, I appreciate your time. I appreciate everybody being here, tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe us here on YouTube. Follow us on social media. And everybody have a great day. Happy holidays, and take care as we sign off here.